Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you're an infrastructure investor, a transport minister, or an international trade partner, you're going to want to pay close attention to this one. We are jumping straight into the ultimate business case for global railway modernization. Today, we're tracking a monumental shift in the global supply chain, exploring exactly how India is rapidly transforming from a purely domestic manufacturer into an absolute powerhouse of international railway exports.
80 to $90 billion. Let that sink in for a second. According to industry analysis, that is the projected value of the global rolling stock market by the year 2030. That's a staggering amount of capital waiting to be deployed. And throughout this explainer, we're going to show you exactly why India is aggressively positioning itself to be your most cost-effective, high-tech partner to capture it. Now, Make in India, make for the world. Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav isn't just tossing around a catchy slogan here. This is a massive structural pivot. It signals a complete shift from simply building trains for India's own domestic population to aggressively designing, developing, and delivering world-class railway infrastructure to the entire globe. Section 1. The Global Railway Revolution. We all know urbanization and cross-border connectivity are absolutely booming right now. Nations desperately need sustainable, high-capacity transport. But let's be real, they need it without completely wrecking their national infrastructure budgets. There is a massive appetite out there for affordable, semi-high-speed train solutions, especially across developing economies that are rushing to modernize aging rail networks. Section 2. From imports to indigenous tech. To really grasp this, just look at the sheer scale of the technological evolution. Back in 1955, India's Integral Coach Factory, or ICF, literally had to rely on imported Swiss designs and technology just to build basic steel passenger shells. Fast forward to today, India is rolling out the highly advanced Vande Bharat Express. These semi-high-speed train sets are built with 80% indigenous components, hit speeds over 160 kilometers per hour, and honestly, they cost a fraction of what their European counterparts do. And we're not just talking about one lucky factory. It's an entire massive ecosystem. You've got the Benares Locomotive Works, or BLW, exporting heavy-duty 3,300 horsepower locomotives while building 12,000 horsepower freight giants. You have ICF, which is now literally the world's largest rail coach facility, churning out over 4,000 units every single year. Plus, the Rail Wheel Factory is supplying 100% forged steel wheels rated specifically for this high-speed operations. It's this deep, government-backed infrastructure that makes their export prices so incredibly competitive. Section 3. The Electric Power Economic Edge. All right, let's look at the hard data because this is where the economics get really exciting. This is a side-by-side case study straight from the Indian Railways network. When you transition from diesel to electric power, the savings are just astronomical. A diesel engine costs roughly 350 to 400 rupees per kilometer to run. But an electric train, it uses just 20 units of electricity per kilometer, dropping your operational cost to a mere 130 rupees. That is a cost reduction of over 60% just by upgrading your rolling stock. So the crucial takeaway here is that you aren't just buying a train. You're buying massive, long-term financial efficiency. Not only are you slashing daily running costs, but India's modern electric locomotives feature regenerative braking. This brilliant tech actually recovers energy while the train is stopping, saving an estimated 24.6 lakh rupees. That's roughly $30,000 per year per single locomotive, all while giving you zero-emission, environmentally friendly operations. Section 4. Customizing for every track gauge. But what if your network has different specs? Well, India's ability to customize is honestly unmatched. If you're operating in Africa, where narrow or Cape gauge networks are super common, India's BLW is already building customized 1067mm locomotives tailored exactly for that. Meanwhile, Indian engineering firms are simultaneously developing standard gauge 1435mm versions of the Vande Bharat. These are designed to seamlessly integrate into European, Latin American, and Southeast Asian transit corridors. They are building export-ready platforms specifically for your region. Section 5. Exporting to the world. And the proof is already rolling down tracks in over 16 countries right now. The sheer volume of components already in the global supply chain is staggering. We're talking over 3,800 advanced bogies successfully shipped out to highly regulated markets like Germany, Sweden, and Australia. Over 5,000 propulsion systems powering transit projects across France, Mexico, and Italy. They even manufactured and exported over 450 metro cars specifically for the Queensland Metro project down in Australia. This perfectly illustrates how these exports are actively strengthening vital international trade ties.
By delivering high-tech rolling stock everywhere, from sending metro coaches to Australia to deploying high-capacity locomotives in Senegal, Guinea, and Mozambique, and upgrading networks in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, India is aggressively securing its position as a trusted supplier for both developed nations and rapidly emerging economies.
Section 6. Your global investment opportunity. So, let's bring it all together. This is the ultimate business case for international investors and transport ministries. You are looking at a highly affordable, government-backed manufacturing powerhouse. Because of their competitive costs and massive scale, ICF just recently rolled out its 75,000th coach. They are incredibly cost-competitive against traditional European and Chinese suppliers. And you aren't sacrificing a single bit of quality. You're getting advanced tech integration like AI-based predictive monitoring, IoT signaling, and world-class cybersecurity built right in. As this global transit market explodes toward that $90 billion mark, and as nations scramble to modernize their infrastructure as efficiently as possible, I want to leave you with this final thought. Knowing the massive cost advantages, the proven scale, and the world-class technology available today, is your next multi-million-dollar railway fleet arriving from India?